Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Super excited today because I think I might have found a way to get better gas mileage in the Tacoma while pulling the Kodiak Cub. So guys, this is it right here. It's a Thorton chip tuning. Let me see if I can get that better in the camera for you guys. And from what I can see, it's very simple in installation. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now, and it should just take us a couple minutes. Alright guys, at the truck. So there's only 3 steps to this whole process. So like I said, it's a very quick install. It's just kind of plug and play for the most part. So the first thing it says, remove your key and make sure the vehicle is not plugged in. Go ahead and take the chip out, plug it into the OBD2 port, and then go ahead and if you have a push button, push the button to where auxiliary is on and wait about 10 seconds while the chip communicates and establishes a connection with the vehicle. The lights will flash once connected is established. Step 3 is start your car and drive as normal and allow 50 to 150 miles of total drive time to complete the changes before fully testing the benefits. The benefits of the Thorton chip tuning performance is going to communicate with your ECU first off, and it's going to learn your driving habits. Once it does that, it should increase the torque. It'll make the acceleration faster and improve the throttle response. So more horsepower, torque, and acceleration, that's not a bad thing when it comes to towing. And most people won't realize this, but you'll actually get better gas mileage because your vehicle is not working as hard to get to the speed limit that you're trying to get to. So that's one of the good things of how this thing works. For some people it doesn't make sense, but I kind of understand it, so we're gonna go ahead and install it. And the OBD2, guys, is gonna be right underneath your dash. As you can tell, I have my brake controller right next to it, so I'm just gonna pull that back part down just to squeeze it in the centers. As you can tell, it's opening up a bit, and I'll plug that in real quick and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, as you can tell, it's plugged in. There is some lights on right now. So let's go ahead and do the push button. On my vehicle, I believe it's 2 times, so we'll go ahead and get that situated real quick. Alright guys, and just remember, we're not cranking it up. We are simply just turning on the auxiliary. It says that the lights will flash to keep it on about 10 seconds. So let's see what happens. Now in the directions, guys, there's no directions as far as what the lights look like, if they're supposed to be green, if they're supposed to stop flashing, or anything of that nature. The light that is flickering right now is the OBD2. The ECU is lit up, and I believe the orange one would be the power. So we'll go ahead and just leave this on for a few seconds longer and see if it changes. We'll get back to you right after, once we crank up the vehicle and go for a drive. Alright guys, so reading through the directions, it says when the lights are flashing, that means that it has established a connection. The only one that is flashing is that ECU, like we seen here just a second ago. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's been about, I would say, almost a minute. We'll go ahead and crank it up, go for a drive, and see how she does. Alright guys, so I don't know if you heard that, but that is not a blow off valve, turbo, or anything. This is an all stock truck, and I can literally hear my air intake from the factory sucking down air and whistling. I mean, that, if you guys don't know what that is, I mean, that's the horsepower and torque right there, just forcing it in to get more air with the gas. That's freaking awesome, guys. And if you guys know anything about Tacomas, they do not throw you back in your seat. It's not like a sports car or a Beamer or anything of that nature. It's, you know, pretty much like a common truck that you would just drive to work, you know, and it's fast, but by all means it doesn't have anything that throws you back and hauls butt pretty quick. And now that I installed that chip, guys, it is moving stupid fast. It's throwing me back on a gear shift. So normally when you first hit the gas from a red light, you guys will get thrown back in your seat, and that lasts all the way till second gear, right? So it'll throw you back, and then second gear happens. It might tug you back a little bit, but this has literally rocked me back in my seat in 3 gears shifting on the transmission. I mean, this guy's is freaking awesome. So I literally, let's see if I can show you guys. So that is the actual mileage for the whole entire tank. I drove 14.7 miles on this trip, and I mean, I'm still at 20.3 miles for the tank average per gallon. That's awesome, guys, because it's pretty much city. It looks a little bit country, but there's a lot of red lights, stop and go, a lot of people driving slow, a lot of people driving stupid fast once that slow person moves. And we're in Florida, so you know what I mean, it's always like that. And usually my gas mileage, the miles per gallon, is like around 15, 17, maybe 18 if I'm lucky. And it's holding at 20.3, and that's not the case normally. Usually I get the 20.3 if I do a lot of highway driving. So if I'm on the interstate, I'll get that kind of miles per gallon. But so far, guys, I give this product a thumbs up. I'm not sponsored by any means by Thorton's or any, you know, chip tuning company at all. I'm just making this, guys, because I'm just a random guy that pulls a travel trailer with my family and gets really crappy gas mileage. So that's why I got this. I'm gonna be making another video here soon, probably in the next week or two, when we go and take our camper out and see how much gas mileage it gets. Normally, guys, I get 11 to 10 miles of the gallon for the tank average pulling my travel trailer. I'm hoping, guys, I can roughly get on a minimum at least 15 miles of the gallon. I'm hoping for 17 or 18 miles of the gallon. And if this works, guys, the $85 that I spent on this is 100% worth it. I mean, especially if I go on a long trip, and this is going to save me and give me 5 miles to the gallon more than what I was getting. I mean, that's going to make a big difference, especially when you're traveling. You know, there might not always be a good gas station for you to pull into, or somewhere safe for you to pull into, so you might have to drive a little bit further to, you know, a better gas station. So all in all, guys, if this is your first time, hit that bell notification and subscribe to our channel. It's free. And stay tuned for that video, because I don't know about you, but I mean, this thing throwing me back in my seat like it is and still getting good gas mileage, I'm curious to find out what it does pulling my travel trailer. If it's gonna be sluggish, if it's gonna hold back like it was. You know, pulling it takes a minute to get up to second, third gear on the shifting of the transmission. So by the time I reach 50 miles an hour, it takes a minute, and people are speeding around me already from a red light. So I'm curious to see if I can pull my travel trailer better. So stay tuned for that video, guys, and make sure you hit that bell notification after you subscribe. So do that now. Don't forget, like right now. Still haven't done it? All right, hit it. Okay, good. Glad you guys did that. So we'll make that video here, like I said, in the next week. Until next time, guys, be safe. God bless. And make sure you guys get one of these chips because they are freaking awesome. Alright, guys. Take care.